Alright guys, welcome back to another sweet video, and in this one, let's go ahead and start building our tower. Now, what we can actually do is make sure that we have this exactly where we want it, and I'm going to go ahead and change the opacity to 0 for this because, I don't know, it's just bothering me to have that light blue right there. I'm also going to take this meatball and move it down here because I don't know if we're going to need it later on. But once we have that taken care of, we can actually scroll in. And let's build a tower right by this tree right here. So the first thing I want to do is you need different objects for vertical blocks and horizontal blocks. So this can be our horizontal one. We can make a bunch of instances of this. Now if you right click this and put clone object type and click anywhere to the right of it, then what we can do is we can double click this, and once it's double clicked we have this little editor. Hit one of these buttons and it rotates it 90 degrees. And the reason that we needed to make a new object type or clone it is because if we just copy this, check this out, and make a bunch of new instances, and I'm doing that by holding control on my keyboard and dragging, and then if we try to say okay, I'll just make this one vertical and you rotate it, they all rotate. So hit Control Z to undo that, and that's why you have to clone it. So basically we have two different styles of blocks that we can work with, the vertical ones and also the horizontal ones. And also it's probably a good idea right now to should we do this right now? Yeah, I might as well. So let's go ahead and add the physics to these blocks right now. Let me delete one of these. So click it and add behaviors, add physics for that one, up and down, and also this one too. And what I also want to do is I want to change the density of these blocks, because right now whenever we hit a meatball, fling a meatball at them, they're going to be kind of hard to move. So click one of them and change the density to 0.3, and on the other one as well. You're going to have to experiment. Of course, the higher the density, the more solid or the more mass it's going to have. So basically, when you have the density at like 0.1, they're going to be like really light and really easy to knock down. So, you know, that's another thing you want to keep track of. You can also raise the density the higher the level you get. That's another idea maybe. So now let's just go ahead and start building this tower. And we'll just build a really simple one at first. So again, hold control and drag right there. And another thing that I want to mention is make sure that you do have a small gap between, you see I have a small gap between those, and the reason for that is because if you start your game and they're touching, then your collision detection on these is going to be messed up. So always make sure that whenever you're building a tower like this, especially with physics objects, to make sure that you have a small gap. It's not going to affect anything. And so my tower is going to look something like this. And whenever I run this game, check it out. Let me just run this bad boy. Again, you see the tower falls into place, and I'll go ahead and shoot a meatball at it, and it tumbles down. Pretty freaking sweet. Let me just do that one more time because it was kind of fun. Right like that. And now what I want to do is I want to say, okay, whenever my meatball comes to a complete stop, that's when I want to be able to reload the cannon. So pretty much as soon as this meatball stops, destroy the meatball. And remember, in the last tutorial we learned how to reload the cannon. But for now, that's pretty good for this tutorial. I'm actually going to build a little bit bigger tower because that was kind of easy. So let me build a tower like this. Let me see if this one's incredibly easy to knock down. Move that up. Oh, that's good. So run this bad boy, and alright, so that tower is a little bit harder to knock down. We can get a couple shots. Pretty freaking sweet. And the reason that I had another meatball there to shoot is because that first one, it rolled off the screen, and whenever it rolls off, it's destroyed. So in the next tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys the logic of how to tell your game when this meatball comes to a complete stop to be able to reload your cannon and shoot it again. But for now, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.